Welcome to another edition of Inside Swoop Scoop. I'm Bayla Sparks.
And I'm Carter Dunning. Here's some of the stories we've been following from around the world.
Earlier this week, an outage impacted millions of internet users around the world.
The issue was caused by Amazon Web Services, which barred people from accessing popular websites. The service hosts dozens of the most used internet services, including banks, delivery apps, social media, and airlines. Venmo, Snapchat, and other several online video games were impacted by the outage, which lasted for hours on Monday. Amazon's own smart home devices were also impacted by the outage. The Amazon Web Service makes up of 37% of the global cloud market share, according to Gartner Market Research.
President Donald Trump is continuing to deploy U.S. troops in major Democratic U.S. cities. Pushback from protesters and federal judges have led to several legal disputes. A federal judge on Wednesday has already held a hearing that could block National Guard troops from being deployed in Chicago. Immigration raids across the U.S. have sparked outrages from protesters. In New York, bystanders stepped in while ICE agents were arresting street vendors. In Los Angeles, a fight between an undocumented immigrant and a federal marshal left them both injured after a customs agent weapon was discharged. U.S. Supreme Court justices are reviewing whether lower federal courts can block Trump from deploying National Guard troops to an ICE facility.
In Atlanta, a man was arrested after planning an attack on the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Police received a tip from the suspect's family that he was armed and heading to the busy airport to, quote, shoot it up. The suspect, identified as Billy Joe Cagel, was confronted by officers inside the terminal. Authorities did not find a weapon on Cagel, but discovered an AR-15 assault rifle in his truck parked outside of the airport. Several of Cagel's recent social media posts raised concern among Cagel's family and friends. Cagel is facing charges including terroristic threats, possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and criminal attempt to commit aggravated assaults.
A USPS worker was killed after being hit by a drunk driver in Harris County, Texas. The suspect was driving a pickup truck when he crashed into the postal truck. Neighbors say they're going to mourn the loss of someone who they considered a friend. A flower bouquet was left at the crash site, and the community mourns someone they say gave so much to them. Authorities have identified the owner of the truck as 48-year-old Jose Humberto Romero. The suspect now faces charges of intoxication manslaughter. Romero was arrested previously for a DWI conviction.
Two men were rescued after they were struck by lightning at the peak of a San Francisco mountain. Rescue crews received a call that the two men had been struck by lightning after the storms hit the peaks of the San Francisco mountains. The clouds surrounding the mountains brought lightning, hail, and rain. Assistant Search and Rescue Coordinator Sam Lehman decided what resources to use to save the men. Due to the weather conditions, helicopters were grounded. During the initial rescue, crews received a call that the two teens in the same mountain were lost and being chased by a bear. Only one of the men was taken to the hospital.
It's week 3 of the government shutdown, and child care centers in Colorado are worried they won't receive the funding they need. Warren Village Early Learning Center CEO Ethan Hemmings says it costs almost $9,000 a month to fund the program. Several Head Start programs offer early childhood education opportunities for low-income families. The programs are federally funded with hundreds of students enrolled. 4 of Colorado's state programs are facing the possibility of having to close their doors and would affect 1,300 children across the state. Education advocacy group Colorado Children's Campaign says the closures will be felt throughout the community.
The government shutdown isn't just affecting children. National parks are feeling the effects as well.
But the YMCA in Estes Park is doing its part to help out national parks being impacted by the shutdown. Our Inside Swoop reporter, Emily Rolls, joins us now to give us the story.
Volunteers from the YMCA in Estes Park are doing their part to help support the Rocky Mountain National Park. It starts by doing more park cleanups. Volunteers gathered Sunday morning to do their part in helping pick up any trash left behind. Employees of the National Park Service are affected by the ongoing government shutdown and unable to come in and do their regular jobs. Volunteers say it's bringing the community together during this time. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Emily. Maybe some animals are escaping from national parks and sneaking into zoos to hang out with their friends, or even getting stuck on pickup trucks. That's what happened when a wild bear snuck into a West Coast zoo to hang out with the zoo bears, and a bald eagle was caught on the truck grill. Jeremy Roth gives us the story.
Recently, a California zoo had a very unexpected visitor to one of its bear exhibits, a bear. Everybody confused? Let me explain. The Sequoia Park Zoo in Eureka, California is home to many wild animals, including several bears, some of which were placed in captivity strategically after being deemed unsuitable for release into the wild. 3 of those bears got a taste of the wild side when a wild black bear snuck into the park and mingled with the enclosed bears through a fence. Officials say the visiting bear was polite, curious, and not aggressive, and they suspect it made its way in using its tree climbing skills, a normal activity of its resident bears, as seen here. Park workers later opened a gate, and the wild bear eventually wandered out. Social media users got a kick out of the furry trespasser's adventure and shared some silly suggestions for the unexpected visit. Speaking of wild animals where they aren't supposed to be, take a look at a bald eagle that got itself stuck in the grill of a pickup truck on a Minnesota highway. According to WDAY, when Cindy Vagel says she spotted the bird and slowed down to take a look, it took flight. Next thing she knew,
and here the dang bird is hanging on the front of the truck, still alive.
if this all seems familiar, a similar scenario unfolded in Iowa in 2020. KWWL reported an eagle was safely released after getting stuck not just on a truck's grill, but all the way inside it. As for this recent incident, Vagel called authorities who brought in DNR officials who were able to safely remove and release the majestic bird of prey.
Wish I knew what was going through that bird's mind. That must have been quite the experience for it.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
We love silly animals here on Swoop Scoop. This year's Comedy Wildlife finalists have been announced. The annual photography contest highlights wildlife in a unique way. This year features a bashful elephant, a silly bird, a smiling bear, an emo squirrel, a smoking duck, and many more. The competition supports conservation organizations and has nearly 10,000 funny photos submitted this year. The finalist list has dwindled to 3 portfolios, 10 videos, and 40 photos.
Well, thanks for joining us for another edition of Inside Swoop Scoop. I'm Bayla Sparks.
And I'm Carter Dunning. We'll see you next time with more news from around the world.